One name, one suggestion, and suddenly the internet's ablaze with a question nobody saw coming. Could Phil Parkinson's successor already be lurking in the National League? Alright Wrexham fans, if you love the Red Dragons like I do, smash that subscribe button, because what I'm about to tell you is absolutely mental. Let's dive in. René Moylenstein, former Manchester United coach, the man who helped mould Cristiano Ronaldo, has just dropped an absolute bombshell. He reckons Robbie Savage, yes, that's Robbie Savage, could be the perfect showman to lead Wrexham into the Premier League. Now before you spit out your tea, hear me out. Moylenstein's got serious credibility and is looked at what Wrexham are building, the Hollywood narrative, the global attention, the championship push, and he's seen something in Savage that fits. But here's the thing, Phil Parkinson isn't going anywhere. The Gaffer's got us 9th in the championship, 3 points off playoffs in our first season at this level in 43 years. The man's a legend. 3 consecutive promotions, never been done before. So why talk about his replacement? This is about the future. Because with Reynolds and Nakaleni backing us, the Premier League isn't just a dream, it's the target. Let's wind the clock back and understand how we got here. Robbie Savage isn't just any old pundit turned manager. The man was born and raised in Wrexham. He's one of our own. Grew up in the town, supported the club, and went on to have a proper career. Leicester, Birmingham, Blackburn, 39 caps for Wales. The bloke lived the Premier League dream. But what most people don't know is what he's been doing the past few years. After hanging up his boots, Savage moved into punditry. You'll have heard him on BBC Radio 5 Live, but he clearly had the itch. Managing wasn't just a retirement hobby for him, it was a calling. In 2020, he became a board member at Macclesfield FC, the Phoenix club that rose from the ashes after the original Macclesfield town went bust. Then in June 2024, he stepped up as head coach. What happened next was nothing short of remarkable. In his first full season at the helm, Savage guided Macclesfield to the Northern Premier League Premier Division title. They smashed every club record, most goals, most points, most victories. Promotion secured, job done. The man showed he could handle pressure, rebuild a club and deliver silverware. So when Moylenstein talks about Savage having charisma, know-how and the ability to be a showman, he's not pulling it out of thin air. The evidence is there. Savage knows how to build a team, manage pressure, and crucially, he understands what it means to be Wrexham.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. Moylenstein didn't just throw Savage's name out there for laughs. He specifically mentioned Wrexham. He said, and I quote, "He could be the perfect sort of showman for Wrexham and what they're doing." Think about that for a second. What are Wrexham doing? We're not just trying to win football matches. We've got Hollywood owners. We've got a Disney Plus documentary watched by millions worldwide. We've got a story that's captured the imagination of people who've never even heard of League One, never mind the National League. Wrexham aren't just a football club anymore. We're a global brand, and that requires a certain type of manager. Someone who can handle the cameras, the attention, the expectation. Someone who can work with Reynolds and Mack, who understands the vision, who can be the face of the football operation whilst the owners handle the business side. Parkinson's doing that now, and he's doing it brilliantly. But he's 58 years old. He's been in management for over a decade. At some point, and I'm not saying it soon, there will be a succession plan. Could Savage be that man? Moylenstein thinks so. He pointed out that Savage's experience as a pundit and co-commentator has given him a unique perspective. He's analysed football at the highest level for years. He's played in the Premier League himself. And now he's proving he can manage, starting from the bottom and working his way up. He's done it the right way, Moylenstein said. Nothing too big, too soon. He's gone into Forest Green to see if he really likes it, to learn how to shape a team and manage players on a daily basis. That last bit is crucial. Savage isn't rushing. He's not trying to leapfrog into a championship job straight away. He's learning his trade, getting his hands dirty in the National League, understanding the grind of management. But here's the part that changes everything. What happens if Wrexham get promoted this season? Savage would have 2 promotions in 2 years. National League North with Macclesfield, then the National League with Forest Green. That's serious credentials. And if Wrexham reach the Premier League in the next couple of seasons, which isn't impossible given where we are right now, who's to say Savage couldn't be the man to take us forward?
Unsurprisingly, the reaction to Meulenstein's comments has been mixed. On social media, Wrexham supporters are divided. Some reckon it's disrespectful to even talk about replacing Parkinson whilst he's doing such a phenomenal job. And they've got a point. The man's a club legend. He's taken us from the National League to the Championship. He's the core of everything we've built. Club Chief Executive Michael Williamson made that crystal clear recently. He said anyone suggesting Parkinson's job was at risk was absolutely foolish. He called Parkinson the best signing and praised his ability to get the dressing room throwing their bodies on the line, sacrificing everything for the badge. That's the Phil Parkinson way, Williamson said. That's the Wrexham way. And he's right. Parkinson's not going anywhere. Not this season, probably not next season either. The man's got us competing in the Championship, something that seemed impossible just a few years ago. But other fans see it differently. Forward thinking, succession planning, being smart about the future whilst enjoying the present. Savage is Wrexham through and through, one supporter posted. If Parkinson ever moves on, having someone who bleeds Wrexham would be brilliant. The media's having a field day. Some call it a shock recommendation. Others say it makes perfect sense. Savage himself hasn't commented. He's focused on Forest Green, on doing his job. That's the mark of a serious manager.
So, what does all this actually mean for Wrexham? In the short term, absolutely nothing. Parkinson's our manager. He's got our full backing. We're 9th in the Championship, 3 points off the playoffs, and we've just knocked Premier League Nottingham Forest out to the FA Cup. Life's good. But in the long term, it's a conversation worth having. Wrexham's trajectory is unlike anything football's ever seen. We've gone from non-league obscurity to global phenomenon in 5 years. The documentary's been renewed for more seasons. Reynolds and Mack are committed for the long haul. The stadium's being expanded, investments pouring in. This club is going places, and that means planning ahead. If, and it's a big if, Parkinson decides to retire or move on in a few years, Wrexham will need someone special, someone who understands the club's DNA, but can also handle the unique pressures that come with our situation. Savage ticks those boxes. He's Wrexham born and bred, he's got Premier League playing experience, he's proven himself as a manager, and he's got the personality to thrive in the spotlight. Compare this to other clubs who've rushed managerial appointments. How many times have we seen promising young managers thrown into jobs too big, too soon, only to fail? Savage is taking the sensible route, learning, developing, earning his stripes. There's also the community angle. Wrexham's always been about more than just football. It's the heartbeat of a working-class Welsh town. Having a local lad in the dugout would mean something special to the supporters. Think about it, from Hollywood ownership to a Wrexham-born manager potentially leading us in the Premier League. That's the stuff of fairy tales.
Look, nobody's replacing Phil Parkinson anytime soon. The man's a legend, and he's earned every bit of respect he gets. But football's about looking forward as much as celebrating the present. Robbie Savage might be managing in the National League today, but if he keeps delivering promotions and developing as a manager, who knows where he'll be in 3 or 4 years. Wrexham's story is about defying expectations. It's about rising from the ashes. It's about a community that never gave up, Hollywood owners who believed, and a manager who delivered the impossible. If Savage's chapter in this story is still to be written, it could be something truly special. At the end of the day, this is what being a Wrexham fan is all about. The hope, the ambition, the belief that anything's possible. From Hollywood to the Racecourse, from the National League to the Championship. This is our story, and it's far from finished. Let me know in the comments, would you want Savage as Wrexham manager one day, or is Parkinson irreplaceable? Hit like if you're backing the Red Dragons no matter what, and I'll see you in the next one. Come on, you Reds!